Good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the lounge. So, obviously, by the title, today's a little special for myself, more or less. But, obviously, today was a trying day, all in all. I felt a little uneasy, got home, took a shower, relaxed, and then obviously I forgot to charge my iPad how I shoot these type of videos. So as I was waiting, I watched the older video that I meant to release, but I didn't release it. I don't know why. Maybe I couldn't find the title for it. Whatever the case may be. So I rewatched it, and some of the points that were in that video kind of relate to what I'm talking about tonight. And tonight I want to give you guys something special because this has been a journey, you know. Some good things came out of it. I wouldn't say a lot of bad stuff came about it, but it put things in perspective. And then the fact that it's 2024, the climate, everything that's going on, things are very polarizing, if you will. No matter what side of the spectrum or whatever, if you will. So, as I was looking at my older material that I did, and when I combination of watching that video, and I think the reason why I didn't release the video because I talked about a couple of shorts that I did, and it's funny. I just recently did one, and right in the comment section, fake news, everything fake news, right? I starting to get used to that, but I was talking about, at the time I was talking about like some of the comments that because it blew my mind how like wow nobody reached hashtags funny satire not meant to be taken serious, and just like a stand-up comic you can have jokes that flop and jokes that are funny, right? Now I know people are gonna assume what segue I'm going into this. We're not even touching that topic tonight because like I said, I want to talk about more of the growth, where I'm at with the channel, and the ups and downs, and the learning curve, if you will. Like, so, for an example, right? I could do a short content or a long content, and as I'm creating it, you get that good feeling, like, oh, this is gonna be good. Like, this is gonna make people react. Dud. And then when it's like the minuscule, I don't give a shit. That shit, view count goes up. So, as I was watching the video, it was one of the shorts at the time. I did a short about Fanucci and the COVID czar and the mosquito situation and all that kind of stuff. And I remember the people in my comment section because it blew my mind. Like, matter of fact, I'll take it back just slightly. I did a short. I forgot which one it was, but I received my first YouTube negative comment. Now, I was out and about because, YouTube also has an app where track your you can track your comments, your view counts, your algorithms, if you will. And I'll get into that in a minute with algorithms, what I'm learning about that. And I'm still learning because it's still a learning process, if you will. But, so with that, it blew my mind. So I answered back, I'm like, Thank you for the feedback. I'll try to do better because I'm new to the game. And I'm still new to the game. I'm still a new Jack. Like I might be 6 months in, but I'm still a new Jack to all of this. Like, trying to learn some of the stuff, a little bit with the technology, trying to figure it out. Try to get better with it, because I want to get better with it. I want to get better with this. So when I looked into this person that commented the video, it turned out he had a channel. So I said, okay, let me check it out. Maybe I can learn something, because at this point, as crazy as it sounds, now being a content creator, I watch videos with two lenses now. I watch one for the entertainment, because I just love watching YouTube. That's like my shit. I watch it more than regular TV. And number two, I try to learn, because nowadays it's kind of hard. If you're like minded, it sounds like you're copying each other, and I just hate that feeling, because it is about originality and things of that nature. But I watch it under those two lenses to maybe get ideas and everything. So I decided to watch this guy's channel, and let's just say, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna go in on this particular one, because this is one of those times that it bothered the hell out of me, because this guy had a channel that I want to say 2010, because it's been a little bit at this point, and he had 2 hour-and-a-half podcasts with a group of people, and the only positive thing I could literally say about his video was the equipment of the microphone that he had was better quality than what I have here. Other than that, he was talking about some bourgeois bullshit. And matter of fact, the view count on the short that he commented negative about, that short had more views than both of his videos combined. And he hasn't shot a video since. So for him to jump on his high horse and make a comment where you gave up, I was like, man, forget this dude. Whatever. Right? So I say that to say, as that part of the lesson, as that goes, is you just gotta stay consistent, man. And I know it's hard. Like I even said tonight, to even shoot this video, this is more like I wanted to do it because today's kind of special as far as my channel is concerned, and my channel is my baby at this point, so I have to give it the care that it deserves. And so that's why I'm even doing this now, like, because I really just wanted to go to bed today. I'm spent, emotionally, mentally spent today. So, and that's just me being honest, because today is like just gonna be an honest video. So also, when I watched that old video that I never released, because it was also talking about the short content, and when I do like my short videos, like I realize that's me turned up a little bit of ignorance, and I kind of like that character. And because in that video, I talked about how that influence kind of came about. So I talked about my father and my grandfather, his father, and how they would just have raw reactions. And my grandfather, very intelligent man. He was a defense attorney. He was a teacher. And he did a small stint in stand-up comedy. Go figure, right? Right. But sometimes when we would spend time, he would just read the newspaper, and it's the actual paper, not these apps and everything that everybody got today. So it's the actual paper. So he's ruffling the paper, and he'll read a headline out loud, and I'd be like, that's some whatever. Like, he would say whatever it is that came to mind, but then he'll go back and read the article. I kind of do the same thing. So I figured, hey, why not bring that to the channel? And matter of fact, that's part of the reason why I didn't release the video, because I said, let me order this book, because I just want to show you this book, right? Let me move this real quick. Right? So, this book right here, Jay Leno's Headlines, right? So, for you young guys, he would do a segment on The Tonight Show, which I think they're bringing it back, I'm not sure. But he would do a segment on a Tonight Show called Headlines. So he would read the headlines and make jokes about it. Obviously, he's not deep diving into the topic of the headline. It's just headlines are made to grab your attention, right? Because that's the whole point of a headline. That's why it's called a headline. It's how they say nowadays, it's in the name. So when I do the short form content, that's what I would do. That's a little bit of my influences, like, and what I talked about in the last video, which made it even funnier, because and since then, I always reference my sister watches everything, and she's gonna remember this. She's definitely gonna remember this. She might even call me once this is published. When TikTok, and at that point I was just like, oh, they shouldn't call it TikTok. It should be called TikToxic, because people are just so polarizing on TikTok. But with the shorts, I get a lot of support on that. Instagram is starting to build up, so, and then YouTube here and there. It's such a hit and miss. Like somebody said to me the other day, getting the YouTube algorithm correct is like the final boss. If you're a content creator, it's like, yo, you gotta like kind of do the other stuff. And Instagram is pretty hard too. That's not as easy, but nevertheless, when that Fanucci thing happened, and the people were arguing with each other and everything, and it was so much because being back on social media and all of that, it was just so new to me. So I called my sister and I go, obviously I said a name. I'm not going to say a name. Hey, sis, how's everything? How you doing? And I'm like, hey, this what's going on. I know you don't have like TikTok and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yo, people, people have been leaving negative comments and things of that nature. And so as we talking, my sister goes like this. She goes, hey, did you know that the West Nile virus is mosquitoes, not with the mask and all of that stuff? If she was in person, the way I looked at my phone, I was like, "Are you for real?" Like I was laughing and pissed off at the same time. I don't even know how. Probably very few people can get me there, like pissed off and laugh at the same time. And with her, right, at the end, because I talked about it more in depth in the other video, but she was like, yeah, I just want to make sure that you knew that. So, and even fast forward, I called her for her birthday, and what was it we were talking about? Oh, I'm sorry, let me bring it back. Because I asked her, because, like, trying to navigate the channel and give the people what they want, the best way that they want, but at the same time, still keep my authentic self through all of it. And I asked her, does she like the longer content or the shorter content? And she goes, I like the shorter content because I want to laugh. Now, she said that at that conversation, but on her birthday, she goes to me, well, you know, and I think I probably already referenced this in the video talking about the King's English. If I had hair, it would like this, okay, I guess. And she goes, why do you use slang and all of that kind of stuff? And I'm like, well, because my goal is to talk to people that understand some of these things, maybe teach them something, make them laugh, whatever the case may be. Not everybody, you ain't got to use $40 words all the time, you know what I mean? And so, me and her, we talk from time to time. And, as far as this 6-month journey, and I love it. It might not sound like it tonight. I might even the frustrations, because I know by the title of this, people might actually click on this and wonder what the journey is like. The journey can be difficult, like finding material for my shorts, topics, worry about feedback, checking the algorithms like a toxic girlfriend, because I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I have to just disconnect, and all I want to do is be, all I want to do is be better at this, just work on my craft, because this has been so therapeutic doing this kind of stuff, and I actually finally found the passion that I like to do. And whether I get monetized or not, I just love it for the sake of loving it, man. Because, a lot of people, they look for instant gratification when you do this, right? I'm one of the few people, and this is me being honest with myself, I knew coming into doing this that it wasn't going to be an instant gratification thing. This is where the lessons come in with the 6-month journey in this. This is a hustle. This is a grind. You got to be consistent. Whether you're in the mood to do it or not do it, like this is a constant grind. Like you got to really grind out when you decide to embark on this journey. And you got to stay up on current events. You got to be ready for the love, the hate that you're going to get, because you are going to get some hate. Because as I'm learning, people get their information from social media. So it's like they want you to be the truth. Like, I'm like, last time I checked, I don't work for any news outlet. These are just my opinions and my thoughts and me just being me. But apparently I was wrong. I stand corrected. Because nowadays, if I say anything, I gotta be like, oh, well, be careful the comment section, because comment section gonna correct somebody, because they're like the high school principal or the middle school principal. Like who is the one doing all this? Who said it? Who said it? I want to know who said it right now. Because that's the attitude of a lot of the people in the comment section. And I just think the beautiful thing about this kind of stuff, it's a form to allow people to have their own opinions, because that's always been my biggest thing at the end of the day. Because in the video I also talked about, and because of that video, I am going to do a deep dive on it, because that will be my definite next topic, is luxury decision making. I'm gonna breeze across it real quick. Pretty much, luxury decision making is decision making where you could take 2 or 3 hours to make a decision, and well informed and all that kind of stuff. You come from a place where you don't have certain worries and everything else like that. So like, so people have this luxury that they can just comment from the position of their home. And there's certain topics through the 6 months I stayed away from. Like, definitely stayed away from politics as much as I can. Sometimes I breeze across it. Because I did a video called "Why Is My Politics Being Booked Like the WWE?" I figured it was a great topic. I broke all of that down. That was probably the only real time that I brushed with politics. I maybe talked about a couple of little snippets here and there, but I'm not trying to get in this volatile situation because people jumping out the window and all types of shit. And I'm over it. I need next Tuesday to come. Whatever decision is made is made. Let's just ride off into the sunset. We figure it out, whatever it is. Because at the end of the day, we still got to grind. We still got to do our own grind. That's what it comes down to. So, this I needed to do this video tonight. This is something I needed to talk about, this journey, the algorithms, I'm not nowhere close to monetization, so I don't know those things. But I'm learning. I've been watching a lot of videos about the monetization piece and how that works and the breakdown, and it's overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie, it's overwhelming. It's a lot to talk about. But all in all, I just want to give you guys something on a day that's 6 months into me being on YouTube, social media, things of that nature. So, with that being said, once again, to my supporters, thank you so much. I believe I'm up to 65, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I know some people, that might not be a big deal, but for me, starting with 0 subscribers to 65 in 6 months, I'm proud. Like my dad would say, sometimes it's all about the small victories. You can't always have the major big victory. You got to celebrate the small ones. My view count is combined like close to like 6,000, 7,000. So thank you for taking the time out to view my stuff. I think that's awesome. And as far as the social media side, the only thing I'm still trying to figure out is getting that social media support that I got. Because I got good social media support to translate that into this YouTube journey that I'm on. That I do want to bring more content to you guys. And I'm still working on an interview thing. Like there's been a little bumps in the road, but that's gonna come, and that's gonna be an awesome interview. Like I know it's gonna be, and some more, as my sister would say, the more ignorance. The ignorance is coming. Don't worry about that. Ignorance will show up, and then more of the longer content for you guys. Like I might have to learn how to clip it up a little bit because I know like attention spans and all of that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll clip this video up. I'm trying to figure that out because I wanna clip it right where the message doesn't get construed and all of that kind of stuff. So, with that being said, thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get this train rolling. Let's keep the lounge open. Let's embark on something new. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe. And wherever you're going, safe travels. If you're on the road, anything else like that, everybody else, have a good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe out there. Talk to you guys soon.